Disclaimer. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Do not attempt this at home. Vitiated how to will not be responsible because you decided to be a cheap ass and not hire a professional.
On with the show.
Alright, let's talk about LA riots again. It's funny how we're talking about this again. It's even funnier how all of a sudden they're having these riots just after the disaster over there with the fires. I don't believe in coincidences at all, but there's that. The American people trip me out. I find it fucking hilarious about you people. It is hilarious. Because you will protest about illegals that are here illegally breaking the law, and you will burn down your own city or let them illegals burn down your city in the name of protest. But again, you are okay with BHA, BHT, BHP, TBHQ, and sodium benzate in your food, which just those 5 fucking chemicals alone create so much cancer, it is unreal. And here's the kicker. The TBHQ is in candy. Who eats a lot of candy? American children. But yet, you're okay with that. You have no problem with that. Sodium benzate is in Mountain Dew. And a lot of the other sodas. BHA and BHT. It used to be just in milk bones and dog food. Now it's in human food. And funny enough, that creates liver, kidney, cancer. How do I know? Well, I have kidney stones and gout and oxalate and uritic kidney stones. So I had to learn all this shit and understand how it works. And funny enough, a lot of the stuff that I just mentioned are in a lot of the products that the American people feed their children. Amazing, huh? But we'll get back to that. Back to the protest. You were complaining about said this and said that. And now we got all these people on TikTok that are comparing Anne Frank to illegal aliens. That you would probably, because you would turn in the illegals, that you would turn in Anne Frank. Well, that goes to show the participation trophy generation gets their information off Facebook and TikTok. Because if you actually was my age and we learned this shit in school, and I also learned it in the library, reading a few of Adolf Hitler's books, because that's what I did. I learned. Every book that I could get my hands on, I would read. So when you compare World War II to now, you're a fucking idiot. You have no clue of what went on. But I will tell you this, though. Adolf would be proud. Oh, man. That motherfucker would be proud of everybody that's taken over those countries. Because now, like America, Germany did exactly what they did last time when he took over. They became a sanctuary country, and they are now currently being overrun. Imagine that. The German citizens are actually being outnumbered by foreigners in their own government. America ain't far behind. Australia is right up there with 65% of said people taking over. So their population is just boop. And then you got France, which is being overrun. Great Britain, the UK just in general. And then it will soon be a hostile takeover. And you ask, why do I mention that? Because that's exactly what Hitler talked about in both his books. Exactly how to invade a fucking country. It's in black and white. And no, don't just go get it off Amazon or just go find the actual goddamn book. You can't trust what's on Google anymore because Google, their searches are based upon your location of where you're from. Don't believe me? Scroll down to the bottom of the page and look, it'll say your location. So there's that. But I'm telling you, it's in them fucking books. You can believe what you want, but it is what it is. And it's like every one of these cultures that are invading all these countries took a page right out of one of those books. It's funny. And people get mad at me when I talk about it. Oh, you're a racist. You're this, you're that. No, motherfucker, I'm not. My grandfather was fucking Cherokee. His family was hunted. Even then, his family was hunted. His grandparents, great-grandparents, great-great-grandparents were fucking slaughtered and buried by the thousands. And yes, Adolf got that idea from the American people. That's why there were so many mass graves during World War II, because he learned from the American people how to do it when they took over for the Indians. So back to the correlation. So you clowns are so stuck up on what the media wants you to see. Same media is constantly pounding these riots, pounding them in everybody, just like they did with the LA riots. But now they can take over because it's a different time. And you got all these entitled clowns and this entire 2 generations of entitlement makes it easy to take over. So, I mean, there's that. And if you think I'm kidding and you want a glimpse at what life is going to be like in, say, 20 or 30 years, movies like Code 8, Harry Berglund, I think I'm kind of messing up the name, but it's the one that's the guy that's in Lord of the Rings that co-stars with fucking the one that plays Frodo, the one that plays Samwise G, the movies he's in. Then you got The Giver, then you got Equilibrium, Split Second, Minority Report, Blade Runner, and there's a few others that I'm forgetting. You're going to see what the world's going to turn into. And it's funny enough because Netflix has been pumping these videos out to where you could see them for quite a few years. So someone at Netflix knows what the fuck's going on. They see it. They're trying to tell you. Oh, and another one of my personal favorite shows is Man in the White Castle. If you ever wanted to know what America would have looked like if Adolf would have won, that's pretty damn close. Pretty close. That's what the whole world would have been. But here's the funny thing about that. He wanted a superior race. Yeah, to a point. But his biggest thing was race mixing. He didn't want to happen. So Chinese be Chinese, Japanese stay Chinese, Spain stay Spain, all these other countries stay to themselves. That's always been the natural order of things before Adolf ever showed up. That's just how it was. You don't see a bobcat and a tiger breeding. They just don't. But yeah, I know I'm going to catch flack for that. So I'm racist, whatever. But the whole point of this is you clowns are going to learn your sanctuary cities and states are going to be overrun from a playbook out of Adolf's book. And that's just how it is. And the government sees it. There is a reason why George Bush talked about New World Order. There's a reason. And back to that reason, all the countries that are starting to get the hostile takeover are part of it. It's called NATO. So, you don't see it in Poland, hostile takeover. You don't see the hostile takeover in Russia. Wonder why. It's kind of funny, ain't it? George Bush wasn't lying. There is a new world order. It's called NATO. Imagine that.